So, yeah, this is where all the deep thinkers gather, right?
Not only.
Looks like I wandered into the wrong corner, because I'm actually Muslim, not atheist. So, yeah, but hey, good conversations happen in unexpected places.
Sometimes, yeah. And what was your purpose then? It was just random?
Oh, yeah, I'm just here to listen, share, and maybe challenge a few perspectives. Respectfully, of course.
Okay.
And yeah, thought-provoking conversations are always worth stepping into.
Okay. Then we can start. The topics are clear since you all have already read the topics. Are there any questions that you want to ask to atheists?
Wait, do we have any atheists here?
Maybe, I don't know. I think
You're not one.
Walid is Muslim too. Maybe the other guy is an atheist also. Was I wrong, Walid? You're not Muslim? Okay. So you didn't convert to any other religion, or you didn't become an atheist? Yeah, my question was, do you have any questions to ask to atheist people? Since I am an atheist, maybe I can answer some of those questions, but I'm not promising because I'm an agnostic atheist. Probably many of your questions will be answered as I don't know.
Yeah, actually, what is the real purpose of this table? Is it an open exchange of ideas, or just a corner to reinforce what's already believed?
Oh, it's for exchanging, learning, teaching, and enjoying the time. I like to discuss about these topics. Even if it was purposeless, still I know that I enjoy the discussions, and that can be also considered as a purpose, which is to enjoy something.
Yeah, so let me ask you something. Atheism claims to be rooted in logic and reason, right?
Mm, Not exactly. There are many
Yeah.
emotional atheist people. They don't reason, they just don't believe a God exists.
Yeah, so tell me, what logical proof do you have that God doesn't exist?
I don't
Because
have
reject.
any.
Okay. Yeah, I said because rejecting something due to lack of evidence isn't the same as proving it false.
No,
Yeah.
that's different. So, the way you don't believe in many supernatural claims, I don't believe in God also. It's just one more thing that I don't believe. If I ask you, do you believe in unicorns? Probably your answer will be, no, I don't believe. If I ask you, do you believe in leprechauns? Probably you will say, I don't believe. Santa Claus? Probably you will say, I don't believe. And the reason is the same. You don't have good evidence for it. That's why you don't believe. That doesn't mean you have evidence that they don't exist. And you don't have to have evidence to not to believe in things. Just because if you don't see, for example, I don't have to have good reason, good logic, or anything else not to believe that there's an elephant in my room. I just look at my room, I don't see any elephant, and I just don't believe in it. And God is something like that. I look around, I'm checking all the claims and arguments and evidence, and to me, they're not logical or enough. Even if they're logical, they're not enough for me to believe that, okay, wait, probably God exists. I can't say that because of the evidence. Oh, welcome, Julie.
Yeah, so I heard what you said, and you mentioned unicorns. Well, actually, unicorns are physical creatures that, if they exist, would leave behind fossils, maybe DNA, physical evidence, but God, on the other hand, is defined as a transcendent being beyond the physical world. Yeah, comparing the two is like comparing a detective to the crime scene. Yeah, actually, different categories altogether. You're using an argument meant for material things on something that, by definition, isn't material. Yeah, speaking about God. So try again.
Please, I'm giving a lot of space to those things, God or gods, which is I'm willing to believe when there's good evidence for it. Since you're saying that it's totally different, then you should tell me the way that you believe in something that you can never find evidence, scientific evidence. So if it's transcendent, what's the way that you believe in those things, or confirm, or justify, or prove?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, fair enough. So let's talk evidence. Um, so actually, you don't believe in God, so probably you don't believe in Quran, right?
You mean believe that it
Yeah, the
came from a
holy
god?
book. Oh yeah.
Yeah, technically it follows, right? If I don't believe a god exists, then there's no way to believe that a book came from a god because I don't believe a god exists.
Oh yeah. That's good. So, the Quran isn't just a religious book. It's a text that claims divine origin with unique characteristics. Unlike any other book, it was revealed over 23 years, I guess, yeah, yet remains internally consistent. That it predicted historical events, describes natural phenomena unknown at the time, and challenges humanity to produce anything like it. Something no one has done in, I don't know, 1,400 years and plus. So tell me, how does a man in the 7th century who couldn't read or write produce a book that defies time, science, and literature?
The Quran is an old book, as you said, a very old book. And as you said, it was written in 23 years. If that's true, then we shouldn't give too much credit to a book which has been written during 23 years. If I was to write a book in 23 years, sure, I would create something unique, different, not like other books. And it's a fact that many people can come together and also create things together, even books. Just imagine how it could change the thing that you're creating if you give it 23 years. And the biggest thing about Quran is Quran is a very old book which has been interpreted by thousands of people, or maybe even millions, so that you can take any meaning through the interpretation. You can say, hey, look, it means this, therefore, this is scientifically accurate, and they didn't know it. You'll find any interpretation to fit the text into science. Then you will say, oh, look, that this is surprising, how they knew it. The problem, and my challenge is this, so Quran is challenging people, bring something like that, and there's no way to confirm which book is better. I can easily claim that Harry Potter is a better book. I can challenge Muslims. They will never say that Harry Potter is better than the Quran because they believe that the book is holy, the book came from a god, and they will never say that Quran is worse than Harry Potter. But who will decide which book is better? Don't you think it's very subjective? And I will finish my speech with one question, which is, if it's from God, if, as you said, there's scientific things that people didn't know at that time, why now people are not discovering a lot of things with the help of Quran. Why they don't see the Quran and hey, look, this is written here and I'm gonna find it. And voila, I found it. So that means this is divine. They never do that. They only do it when non-believer scientists find something, then scholars say, wait, that was written in the Quran. Why it happens in that way always? Was my last question.
Yeah, I totally get it. Oh, wait. Yeah, it's a bit actually nice here. So yeah, you've got a point. The Quran isn't going to magically make people discover things. It's about the faith and effort of the people themselves. And the problem isn't it with the Quran, it's the lack of belief and action from Muslims today. Yeah, so the Quran actually encourages the pursuit of knowledge, but many have fallen into complacency or lost side of that. Yeah, look at history. Muslim scholars led the way in fields like mathematics, astronomy, medicine, and yeah, architecture, for example. But now, too many have forgotten that the Quran urges us to think, question, and explore the world around us. So, do you get my point?
Yeah, got your point, but you don't need a God to push people into some fields. Like a good leader can push people in those fields by saying that, hey, this is a holy duty. Just follow what I say. Just study hard. Discover things. Go find. With the belief that people have or had, that can be a really good motive. And religion is a very powerful tool. I'm not denying that. But you cannot credit God for what they discovered at that time. My question was, why? Do you think that there are no good and hardworking Muslims anymore right now? I was asking why they're not able to discover things with the help of the Quran. First, they can assume things and they can say, wait, there's something like this in the Quran. This book is from God, probably, and definitely this thing exists out there, and I will find it. And they find it, and that could be really good evidence for God and the Quran. They're not doing that. And that means to me, if you say that, oh, people did it in the past, but nowadays they're not doing so, that means there are only lazy Muslims nowadays. I don't think that's the case. That would be too much. There are a lot of scientist Muslims.
Oh yeah, sorry, my connection crashed. Yeah, you're absolutely right. True leadership doesn't come from force, but inspiration. Yeah, and the problem isn't the lack of knowledge in the Quran; it's the lack of commitment and application. So that book isn't like a book of passive belief. It's a call to action. Yeah, urging Muslims to seek knowledge, as I said, question and explore. Yeah, and as I said, historically, when Muslims took that call seriously, they led the world in innovation. But today, many are more focused on the surface level rituals and not digging into the deeper layers of what the Quran actually teaches. Yeah, furthermore, the Quran calls on us to reflect on the world around us, to use our intellect and to strive for greatness. If Muslims today aren't making discoveries, it's not because the Quran lacks wisdom. So it's because many have lost the drive to truly live its message. When you follow its guidance, you don't need a gun to push others. You become a leader through knowledge, innovation, and action.
Yeah, but as I said earlier, the push comes from that religion could be said by a person. You don't need a God to say that, hey, you should seek the knowledge, you should look around, you should look at the universe, you should find the wisdom. To be able to say those words, you don't need any intervention of a God.
Pardon? Say again, like, can you elaborate more?
Whatever they did, the reason can be just a human asking people to do good things, to do science, and discover things. To be able to say that, you don't need a God. Even if there is no God, let's suppose there's no God, okay? Still, there could be humans to call other people, hey, we should seek for good things, we should go for science, we should try to understand this universe. Still, you could find such kind of people, even if there's no God. So to be able to challenge people, or how to say, push people to do those things, you don't need a God.
So can I say something?
Go.
Yeah.
You were waiting patiently.
Yeah, I was listening. So don't you think without religion, without God, the world will be at chaos? Cause I feel like
Don't you
like I
think
would think
that
that I.
with a good
Mhm.
God, this planet would be a perfect place?
Sorry, come again?
Don't you think that with a God, with a good God, this planet would be a perfect place? I'm
Yeah,
sorry, I'm asking the question. But what
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
trying to say,
yeah.
still,
But
this
God is
planet
good, right?
is full of problems, like a
God is not
chaos.
bad. God is good.
That's what I said. That then I would anticipate a world which is perfect. But when I look at this planet, I see chaos, a lot of chaos, wars. People are killing each other in wars, and they did it all the time. So to me, it sounds like, well, if you say that, hey,
Hmm.
if there's chaos, that means there's no God. And I see the chaos, that means there's no God, according to your argument. I cannot even make that argument, but you're doing it. Do you believe in a God?
Yeah, I do believe in a
If
God.
you believe in a God, please don't use that argument, because it's an argument for
Hmm.
the non-existence of a God.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so? Okay.
Yeah, and the life here is a test. So there will be chaos, so that in the afterlife, like if a people does something bad, then he will be judged in the afterlife by God.
So you
If he does
accept
something bad, then
that.
yeah.
So that's what I said. You already say
Mhm.
that there is chaos here. Well, what you said earlier, if there is chaos, that means there's no God. But now you're saying, oh,
No,
no, no, wait, wait,
I
wait.
said
You're
that
saying
if
that
there
there's a
is no God or
test.
religion, there will be. I said that if there is no God or religion, there will be chaos. I
But
didn't say
you
that there
already,
is chaos.
but you already
Yeah, yeah.
accepted that there is chaos right now.
No, I never said that.
You
If
just said
there
it.
is no God,
Am I wrong?
Yeah,
Like,
whatever.
I heard wrong?
Uh, As you said, actually, people will always strive for knowledge, but what's the motivation behind it? Without a higher purpose, knowledge becomes just like an endless pursuit of for personal gain. Yeah, so the Quran isn't just about knowledge for knowledge's sake. It's about knowledge that's aligned with purpose, morality, and something greater than ourselves. So, if there is no God, what's the point of knowledge? Just to satisfy curiosity, to
Why not?
outdo others, for example? To
Why
what end?
not? You can use the knowledge in many different ways, and those ways can be the purpose of getting knowledge. For example, making more money as a result of having more knowledge, or having, as you said, pleasure out of the knowledge. That's also a result. So there can be a lot of purposes in seeking the knowledge. Helping other people, doing good things can be the result of seeking knowledge also. Or wars. People create more
wh- why
wars.
why will you do good things if you are not getting anything from it?
I'm getting a lot of good things from doing good things. For example, if I help you, probably I will increase the likelihood of getting help in back. But if I hit
Hmm.
people, they will harm me. I will not get good if I do that. But if I try to help my friends, let's suppose I have friends and they're in need of help and I'm helping them. When I'm in need of help, I will expect, and probably they will help me too. That's the way
Uh,
things
so
work for a long time.
so how is it benefiting a robber who is robbing for to live a luxurious life or to live a rich life? How is
Yeah,
it
yeah, to what
benefiting a robber?
I'm
oh
sorry.
yeah, to what end? When you believe in something greater, you have a purpose for your discoveries, uh, a reason to help humanity, as you mentioned, and
Mm-hmm.
a way to measure progress. Yeah, so those discoveries lack the direction and ethics needed to truly improve the world.
Okay, we're improving. So you think that non-believers are not improving when they find more knowledge about this universe and about the things? It's helping them too.
Yeah, sure, which can certainly lead to success and pleasure, but it's not the only thing that brings fulfillment, don't you think so? Yeah, if money and pleasure are the ultimate goals, then what happens when those things lose their appeal? Yeah,
Uh,
true fulfillment
Sorry, your
comes
voice is
from
breaking
more.
sometimes. I don't think it's internet. You're moving your mic.
Oh, yeah, how about now?
I don't know if you keep speaking. Maybe I will understand.
Yeah, so as I said, knowledge can actually lead to success and pleasure, and like as you mentioned, but yeah, it's not the only thing that brings the true happiness and fulfillment,
Okay, I
don't you
didn't say
think?
that those are the only things. A good wife can bring happiness to your life also, or good friends can bring happiness into your life. Many things can bring a lot of good things or bad things into your life. But where's God in that?
Yeah, yeah, actually, true fulfillment in general comes from purpose and meaning, not just material gain. Knowledge is powerful, but without a higher purpose, it can become empty.
It
So
can
it's about
become
balance.
empty. Uh,
Empty, yeah.
okay, but to me it feels more honest or more rational to not to believe in those things or not to do those things just because I assume that there's a God or judgment day or afterlife. Because when I think rationally, maybe there are no such things. Why should I fool myself or why should I lie to myself when I'm doing those things? If I do those things, even if I don't believe a God exists, even if I don't believe that there's an afterlife, that brings me happiness too, and that's a really good goal for me in my life. You don't need a God. You don't need to be afraid of hell, or you don't need to seek reward for the things that you're doing. Many people are doing those things for a big reward. And that's okay, by the way. And I don't mind that. People can do things for some motives that even maybe they don't exist. I'm okay if they're not harming other people.
No, okay. My question is why harming other people is wrong.
Uh,
That's my question.
I just answered.
If I'm
If I
like
hit your
suppose
face, if I hit your face,
mhm,
what you gonna do?
it's gonna be hurtful for me. It's gonna be wrong for me, but not for you. You
No,
can
no, no,
hurt me
no,
and you can
no.
go away with that.
I didn't ask how you feel. I said, what you gonna do if I hit your face? You'll just say, oh,
Me?
thank you, philosopher. You hit really
No. If I
well.
have the power, I will hit you. I will hit you back
Okay,
if I have the power.
if you hit me back, it will harm me too, right? So I don't
Okay.
want to be punched by someone. If I punch
What if you
someone,
have advantage? Like what if you are a big man than me?
if I am
I
big,
cannot literally beat
what if
you.
you have a
And
gun?
what if I have a gun?
Yes.
It's still like suppose if you are a politician or something that I cannot do anything to you.
Well,
You
I'm
have a
supposing
bodyguards
that
with you.
I'm not a politician. I'm not a big guy. That's why I'm not harming anyone.
So it is like a for a powerful person, like
I don't
well,
care.
he can harm others
I'm
and he
not.
can get
I
away with
don't care
that.
what they do, what they should do. Okay, but if there's a powerful guy harming me, I would try to find ways
Mhm.
to defend myself because I don't want to
Yeah,
be
but
harmed like you.
still if he hurts you and he get away with that, and there is no way to get it back. Like suppose if he kills you, or if
Okay,
he kills your family,
that's
if he kills your
reality,
family.
Dark. People kill other people. That's reality. You should just protect, or you should find, or you should learn to protect yourself.
So there won't be any justice, right? I mean,
Hmm.
like
I wish there was a
what?
justice. I hope there was a justice, but
Hmm.
I don't see justice, right? This place doesn't feel like just, right? But you hope that there's a God, an afterlife, and a judgment day, and justful God, right? That's what you hope, and I hope the same. By the way, I hope there's a super powerful being who is just and who will, do the right thing. But just because I wish something, that doesn't mean that is the case or that will be the case. I can hope for just, but if there's no God, don't you think that it's better to, change the things in a way that things could be more just instead of just praying to God, hey, God, you're good, I trust you. You will punish that guy because he killed many people. He was a terrible guy. I couldn't do anything, and I didn't do anything because I knew that, I believed that you exist and you will punish those people. But if there's no God, then that means you're doing something really wrong because you want justice and you're acting as if there's a God. If there's no God, that's a bad thing because justice won't happen magically if there's no God. And what we should do, you should try to do your best to bring justice, right?
Yeah, let's take the example of Hitler.
Mm-hmm.
Like he killed 6 million people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that 6 million people cannot do anything to him. And even if
Yeah.
we burn Hitler alive, it will not be equal to the people he burned, right?
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah. Like, don't you think it's wrong
what is
that
wrong?
how can he kill 6 million people and he can get away with that?
That happened, right? And I can't change that. You cannot change that also.
Yeah, but he cannot get away. Like as a
He
human being,
already did.
I
He
don't feel
died.
it right.
He died, man.
Yeah, he died, but
Yeah.
he destroyed. Like the
Yes,
six
I know
million
what
families he
happened.
destroyed.
I know what happened, but so what?
So as a human being, don't you think it's wrong? Like he cannot just get away with that.
But he did.
He did get away. Yeah.
Yes,
So
and I can also say that it's wrong. Yeah, I agree with you. It's wrong to me also. But he did.
yeah, but for a religious, like suppose, yeah, I'm religion, and I
Mm-hmm.
think, I believe that the God is gonna punish him 6 million times,
That's what you
in the
believe. Yeah,
hereafter.
I know that also. But just because you believe that that is the case, that doesn't mean it will be the case. That's your wish. Yeah, that's comforting you, as
Yeah.
Julie said.
Suppose if Hitler was a believer of God,
Mm-hmm.
and he was really really scared of God, that if he, because
Mm-hmm.
in Islam it says that if you kill one human being, it's like you
Mm-hmm.
kill the whole humanity, right? Suppose if
Suppose,
he was a
yeah,
good.
suppose Muslims were. Are you Muslim?
Yeah, I'm Muslim, alhamdulillah.
Suppose Muslims were really believing a God exists and really believing that there is an afterlife, and that's why they were working and studying harder and harder from the very beginning before 1400 years. Since that time, they were studying and working really good so that they could have the best technology, best weapons to prevent such assholes on the planet. Why you're not supposing such kind of things? That's not the case right now, right? But billions of Muslims, they believe a God exists, but they don't behave accordingly. They're not afraid of hell. None of them. I don't see
No, you
Muslims are
cannot say
afraid
none
of
of them,
hell. Yeah,
because I am
that was
afraid
too
of God.
much. That was too much. I accept. But
Yeah.
I would anticipate a better world because Islam says do good things, right?
Yeah,
Don't
and
kill
I
millions of
already told
people,
you.
right? So then why Muslim countries are not powerful enough to prevent such kind of wars, criminals? Why it doesn't happen or it didn't happen? You were saying, oh wait. Yeah, there are such people, and God will punish them. You're just wishing something. I hope that's the case, Dar. I hope there's a good God, and good God will punish Hitler. I hope that's the case, but hoping is useless. You can hope. It can give you a lot of comfort. And yes, some people are
Mhm.
afraid of God or punishment. That's why maybe they're not doing bad things.
No, like me, even
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not hurting anyone
Yeah,
because I'm scared of.
yes, but you could be scared of a country, a government where there are strict rules, or a country that is so strict to such kind of crimes. Imagine there's a really good country that stops every war that's starting in another place of this planet.
Yeah, but not every country is like Dubai, no? Not every country is like UAE. So in India, I mean, like, if you commit a crime and if you can get away with that, like, there is nothing it's gonna happen to you. Like, you can just get away with
Yeah,
this.
that's the problem that I'm saying, man. I mean, people are getting away with the things that they're doing. That shouldn't be the case also, according to me. But this is
Yeah,
happening.
but don't you? Yeah, yeah, but I'm saying that don't you think that if everyone was a believer of God, if everyone was scared of God, wouldn't it be like right that they would scared of committing crime,
Yeah,
scared of like killing people?
instead of being scared of something that we don't see, we don't hear, we don't touch, and we don't know whether it exists or not, being scared
Mhm.
of the things that really exist is more useful, I believe. For example, if there's a stove in front of you, if I say, "Hey, don't touch. It's so hot, you'll burn your hand." If you check, even if you approach, you could easily understand that, oh, okay, I shouldn't touch it. It's scary, and you understand why you are scared of it. But if I say, hey, Dark, don't do that, there is an invisible animal in this room, and it will bite you. You would keep doing that. You wouldn't believe in me because you don't see, you don't touch, you don't hear. It would be just something that I'm joking with you. That would be the way that you were thinking.
Mhm.
If you want to scare people, you should scare them with the things that really exist. But right now, people are not afraid of God. There are many people, they rape, they kill, they steal. They still believe that God exists. They still believe that there's an afterlife and punishment day. So that means it doesn't work. You should know that. Your suggestion is not working for many people.
But it is working in for many people too.
Yes, and as I said, maybe something real could work way better than the religions. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have such things. Sure, we have. For example, people are afraid of police if they do some crimes. Not in every country. There are many people you will find that they're not afraid of. But
What if the police is the one who is committing the crimes?
uh, just leave the country.
Yeah, so that's why, like with that thing, like the powerful people can hurt people and they can get away with that. So that's
Yeah,
that's easy peasy.
that's the world that your God has created, right?
No,
No,
uh,
He
it
created
is a
this life.
test.
So now you're saying that it's a test, but you're
Yeah, it is
not
a test.
blaming your God for the things that He created.
No, I'm not blaming. He's the all-knowing, right? So he knows what we are doing, and that's the reason that he created hell and heaven, because he knows what is in my heart. Like if I do something bad, I'm
Sorry,
gonna like it's
sorry,
really
man. Sorry.
easy to do something bad.
These are your
What?
belief. I'm sorry. These are your belief.
Yeah.
I need evidence for such kind of claims.
about the existence of hell and heaven.
Existence of God in the first place?
Have you ever read Quran?
Yes.
Don't you find anything in Quran that is sufficient for you to believe
No,
in
there
God?
aren't.
Then what I can say? I mean, like, for I have read Quran and I believe that it is sufficient.
Yeah, many people they read and they don't think that it's sufficient.
So tell me, what about you? Like, uh, you said that the purpose of life here, like God, atheism, agnosticism, morality, afterlife. So can I ask you, what is the purpose of life,
I,
like
I
in your perspective?
I don't know whether life has a purpose or not, and I don't have good evidence to believe that life has a purpose.
So we just like getting born and we're gonna die just like that, and there will not be any existence of us.
I don't know, but seemingly that's the case. I have never seen anyone coming from uh the death. After they die, they never come back. Why should I assume that they're going somewhere?
Mm.
That's what we see, right? People are born, people die, and they become soil or dust. And I can accept that. I'm okay with it. If that's the reality, I'm okay with it. But again, I can say I wish to see an afterlife, and it will be just a wish. And again, I can wish to have
No,
10 arms right
if
now,
you
but that doesn't mean this will be the case, right?
if you wish to see an afterlife, don't you think that you are blaming God and not blaming, like you're rejecting God, you're rejecting the hereafter, you're rejecting His message? Don't you think that if there is afterlife, like you might face a punishment? Don't you think that?
Maybe, yeah, I think that, but when I think about the other religions, I think the same for you. Don't you think that you will face a punishment if your religion is the wrong religion?
Yeah, but I believe that my religion is true.
But that doesn't mean it's true. It can be false, and other religions can be true. In that case, you may face a punishment also.
No, I would say Islam is better than any other religion. Like, yeah, you can take the side of any other religion,
That's
then
what
we
you
can
said.
compare together.
So,
Or
between you and me, there's only one religion. I reject all of them. You also
mm,
reject all of them, but except one. Just one. So we are nearly on the same page.
yeah, it's like you said the Shahada, like in the Shahada in English, it is said there is no God but Allah. So you are in that page, like there is no God, but I have more, like there is no God but Allah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that.
Yeah, that's your acceptance, and that doesn't mean that's the case. That's just your belief, and you believe in that. And by the way, maybe you're right. Maybe Allah is the only God. If God exists, maybe Allah is the true God. But if one God can be true, if we give that possibility, that
Hmm.
means we can give possibilities to other gods also. If your God can exist, maybe other gods also existing. Maybe there are many gods.
Can
Maybe,
there be,
maybe
if we like, yeah, if you're gonna question that thought, then there will be, like, there will be only two religion that's gonna exist, like, the Judaism and Islam, because they believe in one God. And the others, like, there are gods. Even in some religion there is no God. Yeah, so like, can there be more than one God? That's the
uh,
question.
for me, yeah, why not?
how how can there be more than one God?
Uh, if one God exists, then another God can exist also. As I said, if you accept the possibility of the existence of one God, that means it's possible to have multiple gods.
Yeah, but won't they overpower each other?
Maybe, maybe not. You don't know that. Yeah, I was
They
trying
will.
to refrain this topic this time, but he asked me the question first.
What?
Yeah, every day we're talking about this one, Dark, so you should know what I'm talking.
Okay,
Uh,
okay, yeah.
yeah, but if they're fighting, that means they're only fighting, and that means they are. It's not disproving the many gods. It's proving many gods. That means they fight. That doesn't mean they don't exist. To be able to fight, they must exist. Anyway, I don't want to make
I don't know
this
how
one
how
longer.
to say it. Like, it's like I'm not able to explain myself very well. But
Maybe.
yeah, because I have like so many things in me that I want to say, but I'm not able to say it because
Yeah,
I
don't.
can be questioned on that thing, and maybe I will not be able to give a very good answer that that Islamic speaker or Islamic scholar does.
Don't worry, man.
So
If you're gonna be as polite as this time, you can join again and again to this table, and we can talk. We are
yeah, sure.
frequently here.
Then it's good that what I have talked, like like you were polite to me, you're like polite to me, and
I
it
was,
was good.
but
Like
I'm not a polite person all the time.
yeah, and one more thing here. Let me suppose if you are like not polite to me, right?
Hmm.
Uh, Suppose if you say something bad to me, or if you say like uh, something like if you use some vulgar words on me, I'm not going to do anything to you, right? And you can just get away with that.
Maybe, maybe not.
No, you can get away with that, right? You
No,
that's what you believe. You think that, right?
no. That's not what I believe. So if I
No,
start
like
using bad words
mhm,
here, you may report me,
mhm.
or some listeners can report me, and the owners of this website can ban me from the website, which something that I don't want. I want to be here. I want to
Okay.
talk to my friends. I want to talk about these topics.
You can create us another account, right?
Uh, Again, I will speak about the same topics, and I will use my YouTube channel as a link here, so people can easily recognize me. I cannot hide.
Yeah, okay. And for me, I cannot use bad words because I think that God is gonna punish me for that. I have to be
Good, good,
as like very very polite, not because
good.
I'm gonna get any benefits from this thing, just because I'm scared of God.
Okay. I'm
Yeah.
scared of being banned from this website, so we are both scared, but our reasons are different. Maybe you're scared of something that doesn't exist, but at least what I'm scared of is something real.
Yeah, if it's real or not, we're gonna find out when we will die.
No, I don't know. If there's no afterlife, that means you will never find anything.
Before some time you just said that there can be afterlife or there cannot be afterlife, right? But you're
Uh,
saying now there is no afterlife.
no, I said if there's no afterlife, that's what I said.
Okay,
If
whatever.
there's no afterlife, it's impossible to know that what happens or what happened.
Whatever, man. And I will come back again with something, yeah, and then we can discuss about it.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Yeah, it was nice
Sometimes,
talking to you.
yeah, sometimes it's becoming crowded here. At those times, maybe you should be patient.
Man,
It
you
can be
just saw me,
messy.
I was patient. I was just letting that girl talk.
Yeah. But sometimes conversation can be so
Long.
controversial and hot, and at those times maybe you will not find a chance to talk. That's why I said. Anyway, thanks for joining.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was a nice one.
Yeah, it was nice talking to you, man. Take care.
Take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye.